and then we'll go ahead and start. All right, thank you, Zoom. Alrighty, so hi, my name is Hayden. Go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself. So where you're from, where you grew up, what you're studying.
Sure. I'm Maya. I'm a senior here at Doan, and I study psychology. I'm going to be graduating this spring, and I'm the current chair of the Climate Reality Campus Core chapter here at Doan. I grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I kind of hop in between there and Crete. I've lived in Crete for the past few years as I've been going to Doan. That's about it.
That's awesome. I've actually been keeping up on the climate chair's Instagram. And so what you're doing with that is so cool, especially because of like how important that's becoming like nowadays versus whenever like 10 or 20 years ago. How do you feel like your upbringing has influenced your leadership journey?
I'd say my parents definitely raised me to be an independent person. I feel like they really equipped me well to be a functioning adult, as well as just feel comfortable in exploring my own ideas and creating things that I want to create. That includes my activism, but also my work in the performing arts as well.
That's awesome. Alrighty. So you just said that you were part of, can you give me like the full name of the organization?
Yeah, so our group is called the Climate Reality Campus Core chapter, the Doan University chapter.
Perfect. So climate reality then, for short.
Sure, Climate Reality Campus Core.
Perfect. So what would you say is the main objective of this organization?
I'd say this organization main objective is to organize around climate action. So that looks like advocating for climate policy on the local, state, and national levels. We also work on educational events around campus. So we host speakers, we have interactive events for students to learn more about climate issues and local conservation issues.
Fun. So how did you become involved in this organization? Where is your like beginning for this?
I joined this group when it was known as HPHS. Zach Renshaw transitioned the group into a climate chapter when I was a sophomore. And when I was a junior, he offered a leadership position to me and got me connected to the Climate Reality online global training, where I took some classes and watched some webinars for a couple of weeks and learned how to be a better climate leader. And since then, I've been leading the group.
That's actually super cool. Was there like a specific like seminar or class that you took that really like spoke out to you so that you would like continue educating people about this?
Yeah, so the former Al Gore actually helped found the Climate Reality, and he gave a presentation for the online training that I thought really explained the climate crisis in a concise but also very informative way. It was about an hour long, and I just remember watching that and him taking us through the whole issue from, I think, the Industrial Revolution until today and all the related social crises. I think it just really pulled together a bunch of broad ideas, and it inspired me to create maybe a future talk that I would give about climate change at Doan or other students.
That's really cool. Very inspiring, I would imagine. In what ways are leadership in your organization connected, would you say?
You said leadership
In your yeah,
our
and
organization.
yeah.
How is leadership related? I think climate change, it definitely does take leadership to go forward with climate action. I'd say our structure is a little bit more informal because there's a a lot of different leaders in our group. Although I am the chair of the chapter, we all work together to determine our goals for this semester and determine our strategy and next steps.
Cool. What would you say would be the most challenging aspect of being a leader in your organization, whether that be being a leader to the other people in it or just specifically like on campus? Some struggles with that.
I think most organizations on Dome campus struggle with recruitment and maintaining numbers in their clubs. Everyone on Dome is super involved, which is great, but it also means students are spread pretty thin. And although I have a lot of students that are on our email list and are super interested in what we're doing, they just maybe don't have the time to be as committed as they would like. So that is a struggle I consistently have, is recruitment and getting enough hands on the projects that I envision and want to get done at Doan. I think that's about it. Otherwise, I feel really good about leading this group. I just wish I had a little bit more help.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we talk about consistently with DLE is getting students involved with depth on campus. So instead of being in 9 different organizations and saying that you're a part of them, you can truly say that you impacted that organization. So that's definitely something that we've talked about, and getting more students involved with a deeper connection within the clubs or the activities that they're in. So it's really like nice to see that other people also see that. And so that's definitely something that we're working towards in the next year or so here. What ways have you grown with your position here at the Climate Reality Chapter Core?
I think I've definitely grown through the strategy process and formulating plans on campus. I feel a lot more comfortable communicating with exec and administration and connecting different groups on campus. I'd say I'm more comfortable with public speaking, at our meetings or other events. I just feel like I've grown in that area.
That's great. What are some important leadership values to you? So we're going to switch away from your organization and kind of get deeper into like what do you value in leadership, and a little bit more about you, I guess.
I think any good leader needs to have really good listening skills, and a value that a leader should have is cooperation and exchange of ideas in their group, whatever group they lead. A leader's main job is to listen to the people that they are leading and make sure that their input is at the forefront of what the group is doing.
Yeah, so a little bit more into that like servant leadership, making sure that you're like connected within the people that you are like leading in a way, and make sure that connection really like happens within the organization. What's the connection between equality and leadership, and what does that mean to you?
Equality ensures that everyone is given the same opportunities and treated the same. But I think maybe an even more important word would be equity, and making sure that specific needs are met for specific people, because some people might need more than others in order to achieve that equity of taking up the same space in the room and also feeling like they have what they need to participate in the group fully.
I 100% agree, making sure that everybody's needs are met, because it's not like a blanket for everyone that, you know, your style of leadership is going to cover all the bases for everyone. You really need to sit down and like take a deeper look into who are you leading and what are their values and what are things that are important to them, so that you're able to make that deeper connection, like you had said previously, as being one of your values for leadership. Who would you say has been an influential leader in your life, and why?
I'd say my dance teacher from when I was a kid was an influential leader on me. I danced at a studio called Chase the Spirit of Dance pretty much through my whole childhood, but the owner of the studio, Stephanie Chase, has really impacted my leadership style. I think I really liked how she had like high expectations for us, but she also treated us with such compassion and such grace, and to show us how to be resilient, but also not be down on ourselves, which I think um, can happen in dance culture, where there's a lot of uptightness or a lot of um, just a strict adherence to structure. And if you don't fit in the structure, then it's not okay. But she understood that there was a diversity of students at our studio, and she really made sure to accommodate students that had other interests outside of dance and maybe couldn't be at every dance class every night like others.
Yeah, the more that you're talking and getting deeper into these questions, the more I see how they're connecting back to each other, and really, especially how um, these different leaders or these different experiences that you've had have really shaped you into what you're doing today. So that's actually super cool. So now I'm going to transition to HLP, which is Hanson Leadership Program. I don't know if you were a directioner or not. No. Okay. So HLP values, we have a specific like core list of values, a lot of them meaning like making sure that you're having depth in what you're doing, communication. And so the value that I chose to talk about today based on what your organization is advocacy. So what does advocacy mean to you?
I think advocacy means working on an issue or a mission that you are personally connected to. I think a lot of the best advocates are personally affected by the issues that they advocate for. And with climate change affects all of us. So we are all, I think, responsible to be advocates of climate change and climate policy. There's a lot of big things you can do, but there's also a lot of small things you can do. Um, Advocacy specifically in our organization feels like building relationships, honestly, like building relationships with professors on campus, with other students that are interested in climate issues. Because with stronger relationships, you can build stronger coalitions, and then your advocacy just gets better and better.
Yeah. Um, what is the connection between advocacy and being an effective leader?
Obviously, all leaders should be advocating for the people that they lead. I think that's the main connection there, is that it's always coming back to the people that you're leading and making sure that if they can't get somewhere that they need to be, then you are there to help them. And that's your role as a leader.
Yeah, 100%. So not only advocacy, being an advocate for like what your group is, but also for the people in your group and what their specific like goals or milestones might be is especially important. And it also ties back into your leadership style, is what I would call it, at least, is making sure that that connection is made and brought out every single time that you're meeting with that organization or doing something for the reason that you're advocating. How would you say that you embody advocacy in your leadership?
I'd say I embody advocacy by constantly checking in with my group members, um, always asking them if there's something that they need. One thing I haven't done, but I want to start with my group, is setting up a buddy system. So everyone has a person within the group that they can talk to about the group, or maybe go to meetings with, or get to know outside of the group. I think that would really help with group cohesion and ultimately our advocacy for our issues, and also the advocacy for ourselves.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to wrap this up here just so we don't go over our time. What would you say is the end goal for your group, or what do you see happening for your group here in, let's say, the next 5 years?
This year, we are looking to follow up on the 100% divestment resolution that the Board of Trustees signed in 2019. We want to make sure that they're working towards that. Additionally, we want to push the university to commit to 100% renewable energy by 2030. We're currently running a petition for that and formulating a plan for them to do that and working on budgets and everything.
That's awesome. I mean, I would love for you to email me that petition, because we'll put it in the description of the video that we post on the Instagram. So just to help you out there. And then also just the last piece, because people will see this on YouTube. Where can people be connected with this organization if they wanted to? How should they reach out and things like that?
Sure. So my name is Maya Mohr. You can ask me any questions by emailing me at maya.mohr@don.edu. We also have an Instagram page at DU Campus Corps, all lowercase letters. We just post events that are coming up, meeting times. If you would like to receive chapter updates, I can send you that link as well, or we can put that link in the description of the video.
Perfect. Well, I just want to thank you for being my first interview. And then, shoot, I don't have a pen here. Can I get your, here, I'm going to stop the recording.